Alright, so now we're on question 6. It says modify the constructor with the greeting parameter to also accept a greet times parameter. Looks like you started doing something in that direction here. Because I see you added some stuff, and I'll actually, let's do a cut. And I see you have this greeter without the parameters, which is a perfectly good constructor. So I'll just move it to where it's supposed to be. It needs to be, and again, the compiler won't complain about this, but this is an important convention that programmers use, is to put the fields and then the constructors and then the methods. Okay, it just makes life easier for somebody else trying to read your code. We'll do a copy. We'll make this into a constructor. And what is it supposed to do? It's supposed to initialize the fields. Let's say this dot greeting equals greeting. This dot greet times equals greet times, and this dot is happy equals is happy. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so all you're asked to do in the constructor is initialize the fields. And again, this was something from chapter 2. They talked about it with Ticket Machine, that a typical use for constructors is to initialize fields. Okay. I'll talk about this is not happy when we get to that, but right now let's just make sure. Okay, so I modified the constructor to accept greet times, and you already had is happy in there, so I'm leaving it there. Create a new greeter with that constructor and make sure it works for different values of greeting. Okay, so let's do that. Oops, am I looking at the right version here? Okay, so okay, so we want to make sure that it greets the number of times that it says it's going to greet. So let's say the greeting is high, and we want to greet 3 times. And we need to put something in here, but we're not going to worry about that one at this point. But let's just make sure we get 3 greetings out of this. You can't see my, show terminal. Oh, I don't see anything. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, because I didn't say go yet, did I? Go. There we go. Oh, there we go. 3 times. Good. Hello world. So let's see your go method. Yeah, but your go method unconditionally sets the greeting to hello world. Actually, I typed in hi, didn't I? So let's get rid of this. We want to use the greeting that you have already set. Okay, so let's clear this. Compile. So remember, for this go, the greet times and greeting in here, there's no .this in front of them to say, hey, I'm talking about a field, but you don't need it in this method because there are no greet time parameters and there's no greeting parameter. So for the constructor, you have a parameter named greeting, and you also have a field named greeting. So you need the this dot to distinguish between those. Okay, but in where is it? In Go, for greet times and greeting, you don't have those parameters, so you don't need it. You also don't need this argumentless constructor. I don't know what that is. So let's get rid of that. Okay. Alright, so let's try again then. Let's just make sure we're getting the greeting that we gave. So if the greeting is going to be bonjour, and we'll have greet times 4. And let's put sure and be happy anyway, and then say go. Alright, so we got our greeting and we got the right number of times, so we're good. Okay, and again, this is the way you should be working it. You should be testing each step as you go and make sure that it says what it's supposed to. Alright, I'm gonna, let's see, add accessor and mutator functions for the greet times field and make sure they work. So greet times at this point is 4. Yeah, see, these are perfectly good accessors here. I don't know why you had trouble with the other ones. But anyway, let's just make sure they work here. So, oh, I mean, it looks like they're not public. So let's make them public so we can test them. Okay, so typically what you do is you make the fields private. Actually, let me do that now. The fields want to be private, and the accessor and mutator methods are public. Okay, so that's how you like encapsulate your code. And the idea here is you may decide to change the way you're storing the information. You may decide at some point that you want to calculate the value of the field or access it from a remote database or something like that rather than storing it in a field. But if you keep the field private and you make the accessors public, then you can the people who use your class that you wrote, they don't care where that value came from. If it came from a field, if it came from a database, if it came from a calculation, they just need to use this get greeting or get greet times or whatever. Okay? And actually this should be like get greet times. Would be a better name for that. Alright, so let's compile that. Alright, so now we'll create a new greeter. I don't know, konnichiwa. Seven times. That's happy false. This is going to be sad. Alright, so let's... Oh, I lost my... Oh, there it is. Okay, and... So now when we say greet times, it should return a 7. Let's see. 7! Okay, good. That's what we wanted. And... the greeting should be konnichiwa. Yep. And... if we say go, it should say konnichiwa 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Okay. So we got that part squared away. And use that mutator in the constructor that accepts greet times to make sure you get a good greet times value. Yep, we did that. Okay, good. Alright, add a Boolean field called isHappy. Yes, you did that. Modify the go method to add exactly 1 exclamation point to the end of the greeting if happy is true. go method. Okay, so how do we add an exclamation point to the greeting if is happy is true? So remember it says add it to the go method, right? Modify the go method to add exactly one exclamation point if is happy is true. Okay, so let me just see. I just want to make sure you didn't. Yeah, see. So this is not the go method, is it? So is happy should just be returning. I don't know what the purpose of it. Did I ask you to make an is happy method? Oh, accessors and mutators for is happy. Okay. So, whoa, what do we do about that? Okay, so this can be our accessor. We have an accessor here. Yeah, let's not use this. So we're going to add an exclamation point in the go method if is happy is true. And the convention also is to, oops, something's going on with my keyboard. The convention is to capitalize after the first word. So we start the first word with a lowercase, and then all subsequent words are capitalized. Alright, so in here, we want to add an exclamation point to the greeting if is happy is true. So we might run go multiple times, so we want to start with a clean greeting each time. So let's do that. So let's say string, we'll just call it greet or something like that. Set it to greeting, okay, and yeah, then if is happy, so is happy will be true. If is happy is true, then we're going to execute this bit. So if is happy, we'll just set greet plus equal exclamation point. Okay, so that'll concatenate an exclamation point onto the greeting if we need to, and then we'll say greet there. Equals greeting, what does it say? Oh, I put a colon instead of a semicolon. Let's see. Okay. So, let's test that. So modify, oh wait. So add a boolean called is happy. Modify the go method. If is happy is true, then we should get an exclamation point. Otherwise not. Alright, so that means we have to test at least the true and the false case, right? So we'll say hi 4 times, and if it's true, we should get an exclamation point. Say okay. And say go, and we got hi 4 times with an exclamation point. So now we should make another one. Make this hola with 3 times and false. We're not happy. And then if we say go on this one, we get 3 holas without the exclamation point, so we're good. Alright, so that takes us through number 8. So then we'll plow ahead. We'll take a look at 9 and 10 in the next video.